So now good morning again. Now our second guest, Santosh Kumar. He is the chairman and director of Envista Mindmap Service Private Limited, Envista Education Private Limited, and Career Director, Center Director, Career Launcher, Ranchi and Jamshedpur. Yes, sir. Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, audible, sir. Absolutely audible.
Okay, sir. Sir, you can start your, sir.
Right, sir.
Okay, sir.
I hope I'm audible. I'm audible, I hope.
Yeah, you're audible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Good morning, students. The kids are allowed to interact. They are not allowed to interact.
Okay.
Can they speak?
Just now, let me explain, Rohit, to unmute everyone.
Yeah.
Just you unmute करो सबको. You want to interact others.
Right, sir.
करके देखो. Okay, sir.
Right, sir. Thank you. Good morning, students. And welcome to DPS. Right. Today, the broad idea of the session is at DPS, we all know that, you are the best students of the state. But the basic idea is, how do we plan the next 2 years of our life so that we become the best citizens? And more importantly, apart from being good human beings, right, we become the best of professionals. So as Acharya Pawan said, how do we channelize our energy, direct it to a particular career? That will be the focus for the next half an hour, 45 minutes that we interact. And my design, let this be an interactive session where, you are responding, you are asking questions, right? And primarily my job today will be to share experiences and, give you an insight to what happens in corporate life. And more importantly, the precise focus for today will be management. You, as I said, you represent the elite class of students. Can we get into an IIMS immediately after class 12? That will be the focus area. So that, IIMS happens to be the national institution of pride, the most prestigious colleges in the country. And I'm not sure how many of you are aware that, you can get into an IIMS right after plus 2. How many of us are aware? Are we aware there is a possibility of getting into IIMS right after my plus 2?
No.
Yes,
Sir.
no? No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sure some of us know about it, and some of us are not aware about it.
So all can switch on the video. We want to see you all.
So video will be consuming a lot of bandwidth. End of the day, we'll have a face-to-face interaction.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. So the basic idea, kids are not aware of management as a career after plus 2. Good thing, bad thing for us. Some of us are aware, some of us are not aware. So if people are not aware about it, is it a good sign, bad sign?
Bad sign.
Bad sign, sir.
Bad
sign.
Being a bit selfish, yeah. If less number of people are aware, that means we got less of competition. Yeah. Yes, no. Today, end of the day, at least I'll ensure, right, all the kids who are here, they are aware about this career. Apart from this, as I was interacting with Anupama ma'am yesterday, she said, we already had a session on law. In future, kids, if I understand it correct, majority of you are from commerce and humanities. I'm not sure how many of you are aware that IIT Chennai, runs a beautiful course for humanities students after +2. It's a 5-year course, which is like, being executed for quite some time. And the outcomes are absolutely great. Right, so the basic idea will be, let's have an insight towards corporates. Let's look at management area. And more importantly, the hope will be you, along with, align your personality to what is best suited for you. To start with, which is a better career, law or management?
Management, I guess.
Management. Law.
Management.
Law.
Management.
So
Sir, management.
we can actually get into a lovely fight. We can actually get into a lovely fight. And give me 10 minutes. I'll prove that, there isn't a better career than law. Another 10 minutes, I can for sure prove there isn't a better and more, rewarding career than management. Another 15 minutes, it can be design. Right? So you can look at each careers are absolutely great. The only thing important is that, it should be in alignment to who I am. I have been mentoring kids for ages now, almost 19, 20 years. Right? Right? I interact with kids. Last year itself, I had a kid from IIT Kharagpur, 3rd semester electronics, right? And to my surprise, this kid, 3rd semester electronics, said, "Sir, I do not want to pursue engineering any further." And I'm sure for 99% of people who are pursuing engineering, IIT Kharagpur and electronics will be a dream college. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At times, like, kids I've seen 1 year done in architecture, right? After a year coming down, sitting with parents together. So architecture is something I don't want to pursue. And for parents as well as the kid is losing 1 year. And financially, all of us know these courses are very expensive. 1 year, 8 to 10 lakhs lost. And the idea is very simple. The alignment was not done properly. So when you walk for DPS for almost quite some time now, the basic differentiator that DPS brings in, apart from you kids being great at academics, the exposure that you get, if I'm looking at the last 7 days, you've been exposed to variety of careers, life enriching experiences. You've been interacting with entrepreneurs, you've been interacting with people from media. So the whole idea is, in the subconscious part, can I, ensure the enlightenment, or, the kids are introduced to a different set of careers and they align themselves accordingly. And the next half an hour, 45 minutes that we look at, it's primarily going to be focused on this. And a very difficult question or a very difficult time as of now for you kids. When I say kids, I actually mean your kids. In the sense, age-wise, yes, you feel you're very mature. But when it comes to corporate introduction, your introduction has been very, very limited. Now, if you look at the month of February, March, and the month of May, suddenly you would have noticed the questions asked by parents and your mentors, they have drastically changed. If you look back, parents and mentors at the academic front, the questions that they were asking you in the month of February, March, and in the month of May, are they the same or have they drastically changed? If you look at Feb, March, the only question was, kid, I want you to score a 95% or a 10 CGPA. Suddenly in the month of May, April, May, once the board was declared as over, the questions have drastically changed. What career, what profession, what subjects? And I'm sure you at the age and stage of life that you are in, for you yourself to decide what is best suited for you is a very difficult call, because the exposure is very limited. So I'll try to introduce something. At the end of the day, if we are able to help you to align, your personality with the available careers, the job is done. And I'm not using a PPT, because PPT, makes life look very simple when it is not, right? So it'll be typically an interactive session, and I'll expect all of you to, respect the decorum of the classroom, right? When we are speaking, we are muting, and the basic decorums are in place. So let's begin. All of us have finished our class 10. The first milestone achieved. 12th will happen, and will happen in a grand way because of the school that you are into. And I'm sure, be it your teachers, be it your principals, sir, will not leave any stones unturned, because they have a great pedigree and a reputation to carry forward. They'll ensure that you pass out your 12th in the grandest possible way. Now, the moment this milestone is achieved, the big challenge starts when you are doing your graduation, the alignment of your personality to the professional careers. And here, the most important thing comes in, right? What are the available options? So do I know that? I was interacting with one kid, just finished her +2 last year. I was amazed with the choice of subjects that she picked up. She said, sir, I really enjoy astrophysics. So I kept that as a paper. My father is a businessman. I really enjoy the creative space that business provides. And I'm deeply interested in human, right? Understanding human psychology. So psychology happens to be one paper. Now look at the combination. An astrophysics, getting into management because of business aspect, and to enhance my people skills, I'm picking a paper on psychology. So if you compare, the new age combinations that you get in is amazing and beautiful. Previously, yes, we had a set of fixed patterns where we all were aligning ourselves. Today, if you look at Indian curriculum also, right, it's getting slightly aligned to the international standards. If you compare ourselves, with we Indians, with the developed nations, we're typically talking about US or UK. The way kids move in is, sir, let me decide what career I want to pursue first. These are my interests. These are my career choices. Now, the best course is offered by this particular university. So we identify a course, first the interest, then comes the course, and then comes the university, and then comes the examination. Right? That's the sequence that these guys follow. And for us, if you look at, previously at least, it was absolutely reverse. First, the examination was identified. Let me get into the best college that examination can provide on my performance. And once I get inside the college, I pick up a stream. And then I align my interest to the possible streams. And especially at this juncture and this era, right, we can always take a call as to what is my interest area. So what I was trying to put forward was, this is the definitive milestone or phase when you decide for what is the choice of career that you want to enter. So this 2 years here, the series that has started is primarily to help you to channelize your energy in a definite stream. And if you look at the options, right? So you have the options as a BA, BSc, BCom. These are courses with a definite alignment towards academics. Personally, my choice or my suggestions to kids has always been to pursue a professional course, right? Or a professional degree. The reason being very simple. Whether I desire to get into a job or I opt out of it, that's very secondary. The important part is I should be eligible for a job. Agree, disagree? Whether I want to do a job post-graduation, right? Or I don't want to pursue a job, let that be my choice. Should I be eligible for a job? 200% yes. And the idea behind today is primarily to align these courses and look forward to your taste. If I talk about, let's say, our location, Jharkhand in typical, right? What is the most preferred choice when it comes to professional careers, right? After graduation or during graduation, what is the most preferred choice? During graduation, what is the most preferred choice of students? Tanya, yes? During graduation, right? What is the most preferred choice of students? Like, what is the most preferred career choice for students? If you look at majority of our country, right, looks at engineering as a course, right? The second choice of career conventionally had been medicine. And we have these super new age, beautiful careers coming in form of management, right? We have law, we have design, we have hotel management, travel, tourism, finance, BFSI, and there's an enormous list to it. Now, if you look at, one of the most preferred options, engineering happens to be one of the most preferred options, right? That has been there for ages, right? And I have been training engineering kids for different things also. If you look at majority of the engineering students, right? Almost 70% of them, 70% of them, when they come down to their final year, pre-final year, if you ask them, what is the next step? They for sure answer, sir, I want to acquire a course in management before I enter the corporate world. I may be very good with my technical skills. As an engineer, I can apply sciences. I may be very good with my technical skills, but I'm yet to learn what happens in the world of business. So before I embark on my corporate journey, very essential that I earn a formal business education. Right? Now, the beauty here, just try to understand the beauty. If you ask this lot of kids, which represents a good mass of the population, kid fine, one reason for them to pick up management is, you'll be surprised, right? If I've done my engineering from a good college, when I say a good college, if I look close by, it is going to be a BIT, an NIT Jamshedpur, NIT Rourkela, NIT Durgapur, and so on and so forth. If I've graduated, I've finished my engineering from these premier colleges, and if a TCS, Wipro, Infosys employs me, what will be my starting salary? Any idea?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
3 lakhs. 3,50,000.
25K per month.
25K, 3 lakhs, just slightly more there, right? So if I've done my engineering from a decent college, decent in the sense good college, a premier college, and I'm getting placed with the TCS, Infosys, Wipros, typically the average, again, I'm not talking about the top bracket, I'm not talking about the bottom bracket, I'm just stating an average salary at these organizations for fresh engineers is around 35,000 per month, right? And which translates to roughly between 4 to 5 lakhs per year. And if you look at management side, again, post-graduation, it's not graduation I'm speaking of. If I look at post-graduation side, IIMs, and IIM close by is IIM Calcutta. What is the average salary of fresh pass-outs from IIM Calcutta?
12 lakhs per annum, maybe.
Slightly on the lower side, right? Last year, if I'm talking about, right, when they published the figures, last year the average salary, again, not the highest, was 26 lakhs. Now, 26 lakhs was the average salary for a batch size of 500 odd kids. Now, all of us decently good with maths. So if the average of 500 is 26 lakhs, so we can comfortably say the top 25% was above 40 to 50 lakhs. The top 10% will be around 75, 80 lakhs. And there will be few exceptions who are above a crore or two. Now, what you need to understand here, right? This guy who has just acquired a formal education in business, what is the 5 skills that he has, which makes him so sought after by the industry? If we can acquire those skills at an early age and align ourselves, I'm sure the corporates will need me more. My requirement will be on the higher side. And that's one reason, right? That's one reason that majority of the kids, right? When I say kids, majority of the kids at this juncture, right, feel that they are slightly incomplete. And before I embark on my journey in the corporate world, let me have a business knowledge. Now, here comes the slight differential. Now, I was just mentioning this as a corporate thing. This is a great career, no questions about it. Now, if you interact with an engineering kid, right, in their final year, pre-final year, kid, what is the branch, specialization branch that you're looking at during your MBA? MBA, I'm sure all of you will be aware, it offers finance, marketing, operations, systems, HR. There are multiple branches during management, specialization areas. Now, if you ask an engineering kid, what is the specialization that you're looking forward to? What will be the default answer?
So CS.
CS is a branch of engineering, right? That's computer science. Now, once this computer science graduate, once gets inside an MBA college, they have to pick up some options, right? So the choices that they have, typical choices, is finance, marketing, operations, systems, HR, IT, and so on and so forth. Now, what is the most preferred choice of these engineers?
Marketing.
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 Okay.
Finance.
Right? I'm assuming you kids are not aware of things, right? So the most preferred branch for these kids is finance, right? 2 reasons for it. One, the job offered by the financial world is absolutely challenging and beautifully mathematical, right? And second, which is more important as a reason, right? So all the biggest paymasters are from finance, right? If you talk about salaries on the top end are close to a crore, they are always paid by the financial companies. Now here the challenge comes in, right? If you ask an engineering kid, general again, kid, fine, great, you want to pursue a career in finance, and that is a specialization that you want to opt for. If you ask them, what is the difference between credit and debit? Believe me, good number of them, the answer that you receive, sir, एक में देते हैं, दूसरे में लेते हैं, किसमें क्या करते हैं, बहुत sure नहीं है. Now, I want to pursue a career in finance. I'm a great kid here who's doing very well, but my last education, right, the education that I've acquired does not deal with basics of commerce, basic of economics is missing. So the IIMs, right? The IIMs came up with a lovely course which said, very simple, can I train my kids with strong foundations of business and lead to a subsequent post-graduation course which makes them the best suited candidates for the corporate world. And that's one reason, right? IIMs launched this course. And the first one to launch was IIM Indore. Then we had our own IIM Ranchi coming in. We had IIM Rohtak, right? We have IIM Bodh Gaya. We have IIM Jammu, right? We have Nalsar and so on and so forth. We'll just talk about that. So the basic idea here, if you look at, right, the kids, let me catch them young. Let me align their energies and with relevant subjects, right? So that they become assets for the corporate world. Now, what I seriously want from your side today, once the session is over, right? Log into IIM Indore's website, right? And explore what they teach in the 5 years. You'll see it has got a beautiful blend. I'm saying, personally speaking, I've not seen a course as beautiful as this, right? They'll teach you sociology, psychology, right? Consumer behavior. Now that is people aspect. They'll teach you technology, natural sciences, right? That is the tech aspect of it, or the solution aspect, what we call. They'll teach you economics. They'll teach you accountancy. They'll teach you finance. Now that's leading to a commerce aspect. They're teaching you finance and other subjects. And on top of it, you get exposed to statistics, game theory, and language courses also. Now, if you look at this whole alignment, it's so beautiful and so complete in itself that you become the desired professional by the industry. So that's a homework number one, right? I'm not interested in the entrance exam, right? Let me first check the course that is being offered. Do I actually like it? I don't like it. And 99%, right? You will love it. Okay. So the course that we are talking about, right? The course that we are talking about is the integrated program in management, right? It's called as the IPM, right? Integrated program in management. And the best of colleges that you are supposed to aim for, right, happens to be IIM Indore. You have the second one, which is IIM Rohtak. IIM Indore started in 2011. IIM Rohtak joined in 3 years back, right? You have the next one, which joined in was IIM Ranchi. You have IIM Bodh Gaya and IIM Jammu. These are the 5 IIMs which are offering this course. And to add to it, I don't know, I'm not sure whether you've heard of this college or not. Nalsar, Hyderabad. Has anyone heard of the course? Nalsar,
Yes, sir.
Hyderabad?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no, combined, right? Now, Nalsar, Hyderabad happens to be the best college when it comes to law. I've got an LS Bangalore, which is great, no questions asked, right? That happens to be the oldest. The second college is Nalsar, Hyderabad. 2021 has been slightly special because all these colleges joined in 2021, and Nalsar, Hyderabad is offering a course in IPM, Integrated Program in Management. So for sure, right? This course is going to focus on management with a legal perspective. And all of us will understand, right? And that this is going to be a deadly combination. Second college, which is of repute, which is joined in, is Triple IT Allahabad. Triple IT Allahabad, right, has from this year started offering a course in IPM. Now, for sure, all of us know Triple IT Allahabad. That's a beautiful engineering college, right? Now, they are going to offer something called as a tech management course. And these are colleges which are taking students after +2. All unofficial news, right, or news, some quotes from the directors, right? The best thing to happen in this space is 2022 will have IIM Bangalore joining in. And if IIM Bangalore joins, that happens to be one of the best MBA colleges in India, right? The space will be very different. And the best part is, as we started, right? Since good number of kids are not aware of these courses, so the competition is very less. If I look at the +2 level, the number of people who are taking this exam is close to 18,000 only. And when I talk at the graduation level, right, at the graduation level for the similar exam called as CAT for the entrance to these colleges, the number of people taking this is 2.5 lakhs. So the differential is almost 10 to 12 times in terms of people who are taking this entrance. And if I'm actually interested, and if I focus my 2 years towards this exam, it's a great thing to happen. Sadly, if you look at the moment you've entered the school, what is your biggest asset? If you've entered DPS class 11th, right? What is the biggest asset that you have as of today? Apart from being, one of the best academic performers in the state, you carry a lot of confidence and aura about yourself. Sir, I'm the best. And that attitude does not allow you to compromise, and the milestones and the goals always set are on the upside. And that is one very critical reason for kids doing great at these examinations. Every year from your school itself, right, I'll see 3 to 4 kids getting into IIM Indore. Last year was 7 kids into IIM Rohtak, right? Now, 4 kids, 7 kids, they are enormously big number for these colleges. From one school, where you have 4, 5, 10 kids coming to these colleges, that's not a small number, that's decently high. Now, talking about these colleges, they're super specialty colleges, no doubt about it. And the best part is, if you look at the examination, right? I'll just talk about it, right? Now, as I said, the course is lovely. Second thing that I would like to highlight here for all parents and students who are here, the course that is being offered is an IPM course, which is how many years? 5 years. I'll not call it as 5 years. I'll call it as 3 + 2 years. 3 years, you do your graduation, right? You do your foundations in management. That's the degree. All colleges will have more or less similar degree. And as I said, once you are into these colleges, you start looking at life differently. The exposure is enormously high. Now, the next orbit, once I've done my graduation, but just one very small thing, right? Getting into these colleges, is it a dream for any one of us? Getting into IIMs is a dream, it's not a dream.
Yes, sir.
It is.
Yes,
But Getting into IIM is a dream or getting into Harvard is a dream?
Harvard.
Harvard.
So obviously Harvard, Stanford, Kellogg's, Yale, right? Those will be dream colleges. But ये काम की बात, right? ये colleges dream नहीं है मेरी. So इन colleges से pass करने के बाद जो मैं काम करूँगा, that is my dream. Again, once I graduate from these colleges, the work that I'll be doing, the impact that I'll be creating or I desire to create, that's my dream. These are the colleges which will prepare me in the best possible way. Given my exposure, limited exposure, I'm looking at India. Now, here comes the big thing. As of now, our exposure is limited, pretty academic. So 3 साल के बाद, once I'm into the best college and I know I'm the best student, 3 साल के बाद, so my exposure is not limited. Why do I restrict myself to something called as an IIM Indore? I love to move to IIM Ahmedabad. And why to Ahmedabad? Why not Harvard, sir? Yes, the choice is open. But what I'm trying to say is, it's a very natural, gradual progression, right? From a good school to a great college. From a great college, I don't look domestic. Can I explore international options also? Yes. So what happens is, these colleges allow you an option to exit. After 3 years, once they've actually made you absolutely capable, and you are aspirant to international borders, like international good schools, you can always move out. You can move down to an Ahmedabad, right? Or if you desire to continue here itself, you can continue, no entrance exam required for a lateral movement from IIM Indore 3 to the final 2 years of post-graduation diploma in management. Right? So this 2 years is here, this 3 years is here. You can look at it as a combined 5 years. Great. You can look at 3 years plus those dream of, a Harvard, a Stanford, a Kellogg, and a Yale. Right? So it can be a combination of either. Now, sounds good. The important question to be answered is, how do I get in there? Right? Now, if you look at the exams that they have, it's called as IP MAT. IP MAT will be the entrance exam. IIM Indore conducts it differently, right? And if I look at IIM Rohtak, they have it separately. IIM Ranchi this year, they started with IP MAT of Indore, and they also said, we are ready to take in students from SAT. SAT, I'm sure all of us were aware, that's Scholastic Aptitude Test, executed globally, right? Both Gaya and others picked up an exam called as GIPMAT, right? So these are the typical 3 exams, right? Which happens to be the entrance thing. Now, very important thing, right? When I talk about these exams, right? So majority times, right? Majority times parents, kids, right? They ask me, sir, is it possible to do these courses, prepare for these courses while we are in our +2? Won't it affect our +2 performance? Historically, never. I've never seen a single kid, right, who has done good in this exam and gone wrong with boards. And I'm sure all of you here, the aspirations are above 95 or above 90 at least in your +2 boards.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
the best part is, these exams are typically aptitude tests. Apti tests, when I say, these are apti tests, right? So they tend to teach you how to think. And the knowledge that you acquire here, right? The way to think, the logical aspect, the way you, start thinking, that becomes so different and so relevant that even your plus two subjects, the way you approach becomes excitingly different. And that is where the performance in your boards becomes beautiful. I still remember year before last, we had two kids, right? Ashima and Jayesh from your school only, right? These two kids were interacting with me, right? And they were preparing for these exams, right? And the best part was one of them had a score of 94.8. The other was at 95. Both of them made to CLAT and both of them got into IIM Indore. So what my personal take will be, right, it's not one or either one of them. If you're slightly disciplined, the best part is you get through both of them. And as I said, this is an aptitude exam, right? What do they ask you here? Now the fun part starts, right? Now this is something, right? You need to understand, delve deep, and you'll enjoy it. एक aptitude test में, what is there?
No, sir.
Logical reasoning.
Some mental ability questions.
Mental ability, that's a generic statement. You have QA, that's maths, right? You have something called as logical reasoning and data interpretation. You have something called as verbal ability, right? And reading comprehension. And the majority portion of the paper, right? But look at the beauty here now. The majority portion of the paper is aligned to a class 10th syllabus, right? Now, the paper are difficult or they are easy?
Both.
Easy. Both.
In
Difficult.
between.
I'll just draw a parallel for you kids, right? This is just try to understand what I'm saying. Okay? I said IP Math ka exam is after plus two. And when you're talking about graduation, you have an almost similar exam called as CAT. Okay? You have a very similar exam called as CAT. And CAT की exam जो है ना, ये सारे graduation वाले जो बच्चे होते हैं वो देते हैं, including engineers and everything. उसका syllabus भी quant, LRDI and English and reading comprehension ही होता है. And uski syllabus is also defined by class 10th only, right? Now, I was just taking a session for a college, right? And again, just for a guesswork for you guys, अगर मैं झारखंड की बात करूं, right? किस कॉलेज के बच्चों का मैथ सबसे बढ़िया होगा on an average? In Jharkhand, right, which college students will be, decently good with maths on an average?
ISM Dhanbad.
ISM Dhanbad. So IITS or IIT ISM Dhanbad will be one of the best colleges when it comes to maths. Because the entrance ki jo selection thi, that was based on their performance in maths and sciences only. Okay. And I was taking a lecture for these kids, right? I'm trying to brief them about management, right? And this was pre-COVID. In their auditorium, almost 600, 700 kids from pre-final year and final year were there. And I said, you kids happen to be the best in the country when it comes to maths and sciences. आप लोग सारे कोई मैनेजमेंट के लिए कैट का एग्जाम दे रहे हो एंड कैट आपसे क्लास 10th का सवाल पूछ रहा है मैथ्स का. ये सही बात है या गलत बात है? जी ये सही बात है या गलत बात है? I'm the best in the country. I'm a final year, pre-final year student, right? आप मुझसे क्लास 10th का सवाल पूछ रहे हो, ये सही बात है या गलत बात है?
Maybe they are trying to test our memory.
They don't test your memory. That's one thing that they don't test, right? All exams are getting out of memory, right? There'll be some kids जो exam 2-3 साल दे दिया, सब कुछ याद कर लिया है, right? These guys are not able to perform inside colleges. So strict no to memory test.
So I think they are trying to focus more on the basics because as we move higher, we go into details, but the basics are left behind if they're not clear.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right. I'll take the answer here. Well, just what I meant was something different. As I said, to the best of students, I'm asking a class 10th level question. Right? So हम लोग सबने generally agree किया. So this is decently demeaning, बेइज्जत कर रहे हो. We are capable of doing something good. आप हम लोग से class 10th का सवाल पूछ रहे हो. Right? अभी सर ये पहली गलत बात है. और दूसरी गलत बात क्या है? कि मैं आपसे क्लास 10th का सवाल पूछ रहा हूं और वो भी आपसे नहीं बन रहा है. आया ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now what do you need to understand? Very simple. मैं आपसे maths पूछ ही नहीं रहा हूं. I want business guys. Right? This paper does not have anything from physics, chemistry, or sciences or botany. I don't want people with engineering acumen or a medicine acumen. I don't ask anything from geography or history. Right? I want very simple people with business acumen. My paper is a camouflage. It looks like it's a maths paper. मैं जो test कर रहा हूं एकदम अलग है. And that's the beauty of this paper. Beautifully designed. And if you check back, right? If you check back, आपके जितने seniors या relatives हैं जिनको आप जानते हो, जो इन management colleges में पढ़ रहे हैं, अच्छे वाले management colleges में पढ़ रहे हैं. Now, if you look back, are these kids pure bookworms, university toppers थे, सिर्फ पढ़ाई किया life में? या category B वाले हैं जिन्होंने पढ़ाई किया है सर, they may not be the toppers, but they are not bad, they are good. पर ये थोड़े एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर में इनकी एक्सपोजर थोड़ी ज्यादा है. ये नॉवेल्स पढ़ते थे, खेलते थे, they were into music, photography, traveling and so on and so forth. तो जिनको आप जानते हैं वो कैटेगरी ए सिर्फ पढ़ने वाले थे या they were more towards पढ़ाई प्लस एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर, थोड़े बदमाश बच्चे थे. किस कैटेगरी के होते हैं? कैटेगरी बी बच्चा.
Category B.
They are more like, badmash, when I say, they are more complete individuals. And the beauty of this exam is that they are able to judge people with those skills. And they don't have any information. ये जो question की alignment होती है, right? They are able to draw it out. And this paper is a pure business paper. Maths, English, reasoning है, right? And the alignment is more closer towards business. This is just before I get into the design of paper, I was using the word, which I will just come back in 5 minutes here and see how much fun is this. And they will challenge, as I said, all of you are great students. सबको maths पसंद आता है या नहीं आता है?
Love it.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Agreed. I've taken it, right? And I'm sure when I say आप लोग class 11th में आ गए and best of students, I'm assuming सबको को multiplication division तो अच्छे से आता है.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now careful, huh? Now careful. Suppose a number is there, A, 340 into 10 to the power 7. छोटा सा number. Another number is B, which is 3 into 10 to the power 7. ठीक है? दो number लिया है सर. अब जल्दी से ये बताओ, A divided by B, right? What will be the remainder? Remainder क्या होगा?
So 1,
133.3.
133.3.
Decimal नहीं लगा सकते हैं.
1.
113 times जाएगा. 33, 13, right? Remainder 1. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. One.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful kids. Okay. 100. Next question. 100 divided by 30. What is the remainder?
So 1.
One.
1.
10.
1. Sir, हम लोग अच्छे हैं. हमारे लेवल का सवाल पूछो. Multiplication division क्यों पूछ रहे हो? Now let's get back to the next question. 100, class 2, 100 divided by 30. My class 2 kid will say, sir, 100 divided by 30, 3 times, this is 90, and the remainder is 10. भी जितने मैथ्स टीचर हम लोग के साथ ज्वाइन किए हुए ना सब पिटाई करेंगे आपकी, राइट ना, केयरफुल। अब ये बताओ मेरा क्लास 2 का बच्चा सही है या प्लस 2 का बच्चा सही है, या दोनों सही है? डिपेंड्स ऑन द प्रोसेस। सो डिपेंड्स ऑन द प्रोसेस, कौन सी प्रोसेस ले रहे हो। ये वाली प्रोसेस लोगे तो 1 आंसर आएगी, ये वाली प्रोसेस लोगे तो 10 आएगी। विच वन इज करेक्ट?
Class 2.
Class 2.
अच्छा ईगो पे लगनी चाहिए थोड़ी सी, राइट? Which one is correct? 10 or 1? Careful.
10.
10.
Lovely. So the answer has to be 10. Actually, yeah, this is a question. But again, we challenged you here, right? Here, division, all of us know, is successive subtraction. I am not allowed to do this. Here, my answer was 1 into 10, and here, my answer was 1 into 10 to the power 7. Actually, what she said, like, one of you gave, right? So it's all about understanding the fundamentals and looking things differently. So even something like multiplication, division, these exams will challenge you. Yeah. Somebody asked me, right? Sir, how much is 73 into 77? Right? So what I said was, 7 threes are, careful, 7 threes are 21. 7 ke baad next number is 8. 7 eights are 56. Is my answer correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Was my process correct? So kuch to gadbad kiya tha aapne, right? Now, somebody asked me 25 into 25. I said, sir, 5 into 5 is 25. 2 ke baad next number is 3. 2 threes are 6. So my answer is 625. And all of us know the answer. Ayana?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर सिर्फ आंसर ही मैच कर रहा है, बाकी सब कुछ भी ठीक नहीं लग रहा है। हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So like the journey that will be traveling 2 years, right, is gonna be just learning these fields. You're getting into a very exciting world inside the school, right? We'll be exploring every aspect, right? ये जितनी बदमाशी कर रहे हैं ना हम लोग, right? This will become a part of life. And more importantly, जो मैं चाहता हूं आपसे, मैंने कहा एक छोटी सी लाइन कही, मैंने कहा कि ये पेपर की अलाइनमेंट is purely towards a business acumen, right? And यहाँ पे, what I want you kids is to understand very simple thing, something called as business. ये जितने बच्चे हमारे कॉमर्स के हैं, ह्यूमैनिटीज वाले हैं, सिर्फ ये छोटी सी वर्ड समझ में आनी चाहिए, एंड द अलाइनमेंट फ्रॉम हियर ऑनवर्ड्स should be in tune to address this. Now, when I say business, right, can any one of you define what is business? Any one of you?
Business. So business is profit.
Business is profit. Rishit said that simple as that. Anyone else?
Exchange of goods and services to gain profit.
Okay. Jessica was close. Let me answer the textbook definition. Right? But be careful, huh? All of us will listen to it. Business, the way textbooks define, it's an economic activity which involves exchange of goods and services with a motive of profit. 3 parts to it. Economic activity, exchange of goods and services with a motive of profit. Now, in the entire statement that I said, right, what is the most important word?
So the motive to gain profit.
Profit.
Motive of gaining profit.
Lovely. बच्चा अब एकदम शांति से मुझे 1 मिनट सुनोगे. We all agreed, sir, the motive of business is profit. Okay? All of us right now are connected on Zoom. We have used WhatsApp to connect on the Zoom. We use Gmail throughout the day. We use Google throughout the day. We use Facebook, Insta, Twitter, ABCD. Right? Do we pay a single rupee to these organizations? No.
No.
And all of us will agree, these organizations, the names that I took, are the world's tallest, largest, biggest. Even in India's context, right? When I speak of Flipkart was the first unicorn billion-dollar club, right? And Flipkart, as an organization, all of us will agree it's a great, great organization. Ab kam ki baat. Flipkart is a profit-making organization which is highly profitable, or Flipkart is a decently profitable organization.
Highly profitable.
Highly
profitable.
Decently profitable.
Highly decently se maarpeet baad mein karenge. The fact of life is, Flipkart ने आज तक ₹1 की profit नहीं बनाई. Last year, the losses of Flipkart was 2,085 crores. Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal combined losses were 5,500 crores. Hamara favorite, Zomato, Swiggy, their losses are above 500 crores. Your favorite, Myntra, for every ₹1 that you shop on Myntra, Myntra loses 57 paise. I'm sure all of you have heard about an organization called as CRED. Use nahi kiya, but naam suna. Rahul Dravid banging his bat at the traffic signal, right?
Yes, sir.
IPL mein bahut zyada advertised tha. Amazed, you'll be amazed. For every ₹1 ka business that CRED does, CRED loses 724 rupees. अब जो हम लोग जो बात कर रहे हैं सब बिजनेस का मतलब प्रॉफिट होता है. ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस व्हिच आर वेरी क्रिएटिव, ये सब सारे तो नुकसान में है. अब इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल ये आता है कि ये नुकसान जान के कर रहे हैं या नुकसान एज अ पार्ट ऑफ बिजनेस हो रही है?
जान के कर रहे हैं.
अभिषेक ये गलत काम क्यों कर रहे हैं? यार मेहनत मैं कर रहा हूँ.
So they are not doing business now. So they are playing. Like you did.
It's a very hard-earned money. It's a very hard-earned money. I don't want to play with it, right? I've spent ages.
Certainly the groundwork.
Right.
Sir, it is a part of business because
It is a part of business now.
owner of Amazon is the richest person on the world.
Amazon India, हाँ? Stock prices अलग चीज है. यार हम लोग को समझ में आना चाहिए, right? कि suddenly something happened and Mukesh Ambani lost 2 lakh crores. बैठे 2 lakh crore कैसे आता है और कैसे चला जाता है, God knows, right? But newspapers carry that. But what I was trying to say, ये जितनी losses हो रही हैं, ये सब जान के कर रहे हैं. By design ही है. It's a part of a very, experienced thing. Now, I got a job with Flipkart. पहला दिन मैं ऑफिस गया, right? And said, sir, I've got a lovely idea. Flipkart will make great amount of profit. Suddenly, the other person who was there said, Santosh, kya baat kar rahe ho? We don't need profits. What will happen to me? I'll suddenly find I'm a misfit with this organization. मतलब चीज यहीं पे है कि हमारी नॉलेज, राइट, बिजनेस का मतलब प्रॉफिट होता है. और जितने नए एज के नाम आपने सुने होंगे, कोई पैसे नहीं बना रहा है. No, neither they want to make it right now. Right? That means what I'm trying to say is कि business जो हम लोग जिस तरीके से देखते हैं और जिस तरीके से actual काम होता है, दोनों में बहुत difference है. So now, what I was trying to emphasize upon, do I need a formal business education? Yes. And that's the reason these management colleges, पहले it was a choice. Right now, with the evolving trends and technology that is, being adopted here, it's a beautiful, necessary course by everyone. Right? Those who at least want to get into the corporate side. Now, simple. जहां पे अभी आपकी इवैल्यूएशन जो शुरू हो, बिजनेस स्टार्ट कहां से होता है? प्रॉब्लम से, right? In the sense what I mean, problem in the sense of what I mean, sir, रांची में शॉपिंग करने में बहुत इश्यू हो रही थी, right? Somebody created a Flipkart, right? Hiring a taxi was a challenge. Somebody created an Ola and an Uber. Food was a challenge. Zomato, Swiggy came in. तो ये सारे लोग जो हैं हमारी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, आया ना? एंड ये प्रॉब्लम ये प्रॉब्लम किसका है? ये प्रॉब्लम किसका है?
Society.
Consumer and the society. Now, very important part. So before I get into business, I should understand this guy, no? The society I should understand. Because business mein inke saath kar raha hu. If I do not understand them, I'll never be effective. That's one reason I said different courses, they do not teach you sociology as a subject, right? They do not teach you psychology as a subject. They do not teach you consumer behavior as a subject, right? And for me, these are essentials to perform good. And as I said, my MBA curriculum from IPM, right, lays a very strong foundation to these courses. मुझे कहने का क्या मतलब है? हम लोग पैसे जियो को देते हैं या मुकेश अंबानी साहब को देते हैं? जियो को देते हैं. Why? Because Jio solves our problems. Data needs को solve कर रहा है. Even to pay, before paying 149 rupees, I ensure 200% that मेरे घर में connection ठीक है. Else I'm going to switch over to Airtel. I'm least bothered अंबानी साहब ने इसको बनाने में कितने पैसे खर्च किए हैं. Whether it solves my problem or not, that's the only thing. And the best part of this problem is, सबसे खास बात इस प्रॉब्लम की क्या है ना, मेरी लाइफ बिना इन फ्लिपकार्ट, ओला, उबर के भी आराम से चल रही थी ना. Like before a Zomato, Swiggy came in or a Flipkart came in, our life was absolutely good. There was no problems as such. These guys came in and said, Santosh, you have a problem in life. I disagreed. But your problem here, let me solve it. Door pe kam dena. Right? And today, these guys have become an integral part of our life, and they are trying to change the way society operates. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This knack, this creativity, this knack is something which makes management and thought process of yours, right? मुझे पूरा चीज क्या है ना, right? It's all about the ability to think differently. Can I knack it? And ये जो हमारी 2 साल है ना, we'll be culturing ourselves to get into that platform, which is not just academics. Academics will play a critical role, but the understanding of things around me and the ability to look at the whole division वाली problem थी ना, यार सबको को दिखाई दे रहा था, कुछ और भी देखना था उसमें, right? Now वो knack जहां आ गई, right? I am headed forward to something else. अब प्रॉब्लम आ गई है, प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया, ध्यान से सर सोल्यूशन ढूंढना पड़ेगा. प्रॉब्लम तो मिल गई है, सोल्यूशन मिलना चाहिए. नाउ सोल्यूशन निकालने के लिए I should be exposed to natural sciences, I should be exposed to technology, and here comes the major thing, I should be exposed to internships, which is commercial as well as social. Now for me, an IPM program is the beautiful blend of all these solution aspects. अब जब ध्यान से हमने प्रॉब्लम ढूंढ लिया, सॉल्यूशन ढूंढ लिया, तो हमारी छोटी सी दुकान स्टार्ट हो गई. अब now, if I want to be successful, I need to impact lives जितना ज्यादा globally, right? So my next job, जहां पे आपका काम स्टार्ट हो रहा है, so You can be a lovely part of this, right? And the second part, which is very critical, you have to scale your solutions. But ये part entrepreneur हो गए, right? Now, the biggest challenge that any entrepreneur faces, so I've created a lovely solution. I'm able to address a problem. Now, the challenge is, can you scale it up? Now, here, last year I was doing a session, scale की बात हुई, तो Apple की बात आ गई, Apple and iPhone. Very small question. Apple की products is sold at how many countries? Is sold in how many countries?
Approximately all.
Answer कितने country हम पता है नहीं, सब 150 से ज़्यादा नहीं है, right? So the products are sold in more than 150 countries. But अब challenge समझो क्या बोल रहा हूँ. आपकी products 150 countries में ज़्यादा में बिक रही है, and मेरी and आपकी challenge क्या है कि we don't even know the names of 150 countries. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now this guy,
Yes,
this
sir.
guy knows the names, and more importantly, iPhone की prices हर country में same है या अलग है?
अलग है.
अलग है.
Yes, sir.
That means I understand, right? This guy who's scaling it up understands the demography of every country. He understands the economics, right? He understands how to market in this country. He has got a lovely team, requisite finances, a lovely supply chain and logistics, and a lovely IT systems to support this. So, ये तो पढ़ाओ आप मुझे, economics तो पढ़ाओ, quantitative techniques तो पढ़ाओ. This will help me to understand how a country behaves. Pricing क्या होनी चाहिए? And to reach that country, I should be specialist in marketing. I should have the best of human resources, and my team should be great, adequately funded, right? Yesterday, I don't know how many of you are into cars and stuff. A Volkswagen Bugatti, the price is $2 million. And every car that they produce, they sell around 40 cars in a year. For every 2 million worth car that they manufacture, how much money do they lose? It's close to 6 million. ऐसा ये क्या बिजनेस है? 2 की गाड़ी बना रहे हो, 6 का नुकसान हो रहा है. Cost is R&D, right? And they want to be positioned as the super car makers. And वो technology से कहीं ना कहीं तो इस्तेमाल कर ही लेंगे. But when you talk about supercars, it's Volkswagen, right? Bugatti, that should be in your mind, right? So what I was trying to say, right? So ये समझ पे आनी चाहिए, ये finance, supply chain, ये सब कुछ आना चाहिए. And जो हमारा actual काम है, it is just the last one, huh? जो हमारा actual काम corporate में expected है हम लोग से, I should be able to predict the future. This is your job. यहाँ पे भी marketing specialist, HR specialist, finance specialist, ये जो 25-30 लाख वाली जॉब सुनते हो ना आप, वो यहाँ पे है. एक डोमेन में स्पेशलाइजेशन है. Now, this guy is an international marketing specialist. He is the best guy for HR. Right? So all the guys from the best of schools, right, who are specialists in this domain, they get into that 25, 30, 40 wala bracket. And जिनको ये combined knowledge लेके with the proper statistical quantitative techniques को use करके, those guys who can predict the future, they are the ones who are desired by the corporate world. Now, future, what do I mean? So Flipkart should be profitable or will be profitable by 2025. तो ये 724 रुपए का जो नुकसान हो रहा है, don't panic. 2024 belongs to us. हमारे पास उतने लोग आ जाएंगे अगर हम लोग काम इस तरीके से करते रहे तो. Right? Same thing with the Myntra, same thing with the Zomato, right? Same. Even your Paytm, you'll be surprised. Paytm is a loss-making entity. And they're very aggressive. Now, इस फ्यूचर का मतलब क्या है और हमारा एक्चुअल काम क्या है ऐसा? एक छोटी सी एग्जांपल लेता हूं. I'll take 1 second. ये एकदम एग्जैक्टली समझ में आ जाएगा कि बिजनेस होता क्या है और कल के दिन में आपकी रोल क्या है. ठीक है? I hope all of you have heard the name of Helen Mittal, Lakshmi Nivas Mittal.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Mittal Industries, right?
Yes,
Now
sir.
he happens
Yes, sir.
to be the biggest steel manufacturer in the world. Okay. Now, Ellen Mittal, your Mittal Industries, is spending 55,000 crores in Jharkhand to set up a steel plant. Okay. 55,000 crores to set up a steel plant. Now, the important question here, छोटी सी question है जो, एक स्टील प्लांट बनाने में कितना टाइम लगता है?
4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years. And all of us will agree कि सर एक अपार्टमेंट बनाने में, छोटा सा अपार्टमेंट बनाने में, rather ठीक ठाक अपार्टमेंट बनाने में मुझे 2 से 3 साल लगता है. और मैं बना क्या रहा हूं? स्टील प्लांट. A steel plant means a Jamshedpur city or a Bokaro steel city. हाँ या ना?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
सर
Yes,
10 साल तो लगेगा सर. An average time required to build up a steel plant is 10 years. Okay. Now let's understand. 50,000 crores steel plant, 10 years. Okay. Now, all of us are agreeing. So it's a highly cash-intensive industry. बहुत पैसा लगा है इसको सेटअप करने के लिए, ब्रेक इवन करने के लिए या कॉस्ट रिकवर करने के लिए 10 साल और लगेगा. और अच्छी प्रॉफिट बनाने के लिए सिर्फ 5 साल और चाहिए. ठीक है? चैलेंज इज ओनली वन, जिसकी आंसर आपको देनी है कि सर आज मैंने स्टार्ट किया है, आज से 15 साल के बाद जब मेरा टर्न आएगा, who's gonna buy steel from me? मुझे समझ रहे हो प्रॉब्लम? मैंने आज सोचा, काम करना स्टार्ट कर दिया. I had the best of consultants who said steel industry, 10 years invested, that amount of money invested. Now, when will I reap profits? And this is where you kids with the knowledge and think tank, you kids come and play. So, Afghanistan is dead, right? Iraq is demolished. South Africa is coming up. India in 2030 will have 41 bullet trains, 500 smart cities, right? A, B, C, D. इनको जब स्टील चाहिए होगी सब झारखंड से लेंगे. एंड इस काम के लिए आप जो सैलरी मांगोगे, आपको मांगने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, मत मांगो, right? You are paid. People like, you'll be surprised, people like Nikesh Arora, who were ex-CEO of SoftBank, the salary is around 850 crores. Sundar Pichai जो हमारे हैं, his salary is close to 2,000 crores annually. तो कहने का क्या मतलब है? Right? Salaries are not a challenge. I should be good at my work. And if you're professionally trained and aligned here, right, any salary can come to you. And the corporates are ready to pay because you're worth it, right? And you being the best of brains, right? I just wanted to, halka sa introduction. So space hai, jo talent hai meri, can it be guided in the best possible way so that we make ourselves eligible, and by design we get into these courses. I'm creating wealth. At times, kids ask me, sir, MBA finance versus CA, and so on and so forth. Right? What comparisons are there? मेरे लिए मेरा personal जो है, right? Kids, I want you guys to occupy a space where you are creating something which is impacting lives in a positive way. Great career options. Yes, management gives me a holistic feel towards it. I hope I'm making some sense.
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely,
Right.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Right?
Sir,
right.
after-
Now,
Santosh sir, after 12:30, okay?
I've got 5-7 minutes, so I'll finish it up right now. Right? So, one important aspect, right, in the entire process is to look at the corporate world. So your studies should be aligned to look at the corporate world. And more importantly, जो keyword मेरे लिए जो मेरे बच्चों में होना है, that's the ability to think differently. And believe me, the entire system in the school will try to nurture that. And आपका काम क्या है? एक छोटा सा सवाल जनरेट करना. And सवाल कैसी होती है? I'll tell you. I was taking a technology class. Okay? I was there with engineers. I'm taking a technology class, right? And the topic came in was Bluetooth. Okay? All of us have used Bluetooth, right? So file mobile से PC में transfer हो जाती है. Jessica has also used it. Jessica, careful, हाँ? मैंने मोबाइल रखा, PC रखा, right? Same level. 10 MB की फाइल थी, मैंने ब्लूटूथ ऑन कर दिया, right? For sure the file will go from the mobile to the PC, right? Agreed? हम लोग को ये फाइल जाते हुए दिखाई देगी क्या जैसिका?
नहीं, no sir.
No, right? अच्छा, एक important question, right? फाइल दिखेगी नहीं सर. Now मैंने क्या किया? I switched on my mobile, I switched on my laptop, Bluetooth on. मैंने अपना हाथ बीच में रख दिया, ठीक है? Will I feel a shooting pain? बहुत तेजी से कुछ पार हुआ, दर्द तेज होगा, या will it be a gradual pain? So धीरे धीरे कुछ पार हो रहा है. Feel the pain here.
No,
Jessica,
sir.
shooting pain या gradual pain?
So nothing like that. I don't think so.
I'm sure Jessica. I'm sure Jessica ने हाथ नहीं रखा. I can guarantee that.
Obviously, I won't do that.
just try that, right? So it's a gradual pain, shooting pain.
Gradual pain will be more.
ओए, कोई पेन नहीं होगी, कोई पेन नहीं होगी, ठीक है? मुझे देखो कहने का क्या मतलब था ना? Right. My question was separate. मेरा कहना क्या था ना, जो मुझे अपने बच्चों से चाहिए. So फाइल गई, right? मोबाइल से पीसी चली गई, 10 MB की भारी वाली फाइल भी चली गई. No questions on that. यार फाइल दिखाई नहीं दी. I did not feel it. Question तो बनता है ना, how did it go? Right?
Yes,
I did not feel it. Now,
Yes,
I'll seriously hate अगर हम और आप ₹2 दे दिया and इसको यूज कर लिया. I will not behave as a consumer. Sir, एक क्वेश्चन है छोटा सा, बता दो फाइल कैसे गई? यार, you have the best of teachers around you. You have mentors, parents, people like us, and forget everyone. There's a Google to answer. Right? मुझे अपने बच्चों से क्वेश्चन चाहिए. Right? Answers are available. The questions have to be generated. Last day in a finance class, we were just sitting at a class, and then it just happened. मैंने कहा कि यार ये जो 200 लोग हैं ना, हम लोग थोड़े गरीब वाले कैटेगरी में हैं. And Nirmala Sitharaman, our finance minister, right? She's a great lady, and she also happens to be very emotional. उन्होंने क्या कहा? उन्होंने देखा तो this 200 people, she felt very sad about it. इन्होंने कहा कि ये लोग हमारे हैं, ये देश हमारा है, RBI हमारा है, ये प्रिंटर भी तो हमारा ही है. 2000 की कुछ एक्स्ट्रा प्रिंट आउट ले लेते हैं, इन लोगों में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर. वर्ल्ड बैंक या जापान से लोन लेने की क्या जरूरत है? कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते हैं?
नहीं कर सकते.
No, sir.
यार लोग मेरे हैं, देश मेरा है, प्रिंटर भी मेरा ही है ना. प्रिंट आउट ले ली, दे दी, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व. व्हाई डू आई बेग फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड बैंक और जापान? क्यों?
No, sir, that will cause inflation.
Inflation तो
Hyperinflation.
super hyperinflation, बोरे में पैसे लेके जाएंगे. Pandemic, is RBI planning to print notes? ना मुझे एक है सर, inflation कंट्री नहीं भी करती, वो भी पता है. Now let me get into a series of questions here. See, how does it happen? So the whole world is into a crisis. How is Indian stock markets going up? Nobody's shopping. Nobody's getting married. Why is gold prices jumping up? Now that should disturb your sleep like anything. The moment you are there with a disturbed sleep, that means you start transcending orbits. And that is what's required. But ये सारे एग्जाम्स है ना, वो थोड़ा सा प्रोफेशनल ट्रेड देख रहे हैं. ये जो सीरीज ऑफ लेक्चर हम लोग कर रहे हैं ना, ये अभी तक बहुत एकेडमिक स्टूडेंट लाइफ था. 2 साल के बाद सडनली माय किड्स आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू बिहेव एज प्रोफेशनल्स. तो यार, अपार्ट फ्रॉम बुक्स देयर हैज टू बी अ डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव. And that perspective is being an attempt will be made throughout. अभी हम लोग बहुत rapid कर रहे हैं. That will be gradually, sequentially placed, right? Where you start learning things. And the entire paper, right? As I said, sir has given me a timeline. I'll just take 1 more minute, right? I'll not shoot. If you look at the entire paper, जैसे मैंने ये कहा maths का paper. Similarly, जैसे LRDI, right? This is logical reasoning, right? Now, one of the favorite area of these exams in the logical reasoning section is game theory. On a very lighter side, एक chessboard में कितने square होते हैं?
64.
64. No doubt about it. अच्छा, ये एक छोटी सी गलती है ना, नहीं करनी है लाइफ में दोबारा. So, normal, all of us are trained to look at 64. ठीक है, 8 छोटे black and white चार, black and white चार, 64. वो बड़ा वाला भी तो स्क्वायर है ना, हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
2 छोटे ले लो, 2 ऊपर ले लो, 4 का ब्लॉक भी तो स्क्वायर है ना सर. 3 by 3 9 का भी तो स्क्वायर ही है, हाँ या ना? इधर ले लो, 3 इधर ले लो, और ये बहुत जगह कर सकते हैं सर, राइट? नाउ बहुत ज्यादा स्क्वायर है, हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What do you need to graduate from? Sir, 64 सबको दिखाई दे रहा है, मुझे ज्यादा दिखाई दे रहा है. सब बहुत ज्यादा दिखाई दे रहा है. Now, what is expected from you? Sir, 1 मिनट दो मुझे, मैं बताता हूं कितनी स्क्वायर है. I'll not get lost in too many squares. The whole training exercise is my kids, okay, they've seen a problem, they're not glorifying the problem, saw the opportunity, using their senses to say, okay, so 1 minute, tuck, this is the, and believe me, 1 minute zyada nahi chahiye. And the moment we are able to achieve it, we are done with it. Right? Similarly, English, any parent that I've ever spoken to, one serious suggestion is that you should be reading novels. But जब academics हो जाएगा, वो priority है, कोई questions नहीं है, debate ही नहीं है उसमें. But अगर मैं different होना चाहता हूँ, I want to escalate something bigger, my knowledge across philosophy, psychology, economics, business has to be there. I need to be a more complete person than, a person who knows 2 + 2 also. And there is where the novels come in play, right? And, as subsequently you move on, right, the list of novels will be shared with you, right? Where you can, pick up novels from different genres, read one by one, right? Ensure that, this lockdown is utilized in the best possible way. You always said class 11th is very difficult. So 11th का जो academic part है ना, सर दुर्गा पूजा तक कर लेते हैं अच्छे से कि I am in alignment with 11th 12th का requirements. उसके बाद जब स्कूल खुलेगी तो people skills and ये सब जो development होना है, that will keep on happening. I can't crib about it. ऐसा ही है, right? है तो है. And let me utilize this. And all of us are decently motivated. और आपको motivate कौन कर सकता है? सिर्फ आप. And you need to be very selfish, very ambitious, very dreamy. And ये orbit, इसके बाद तो everything is yours. उसके बाद आपको कोई नहीं चाहिए, ठीक है? सिर्फ ये 2 साल बढ़िया से plan, enjoy every moment there, right? And everything else will fall in place. I think I've just touched it. I've just crossed it. Right. So it was a pleasure interacting with you. Hope I was able to make some sense in the entire process. And seriously, I'll suggest, look at the syllabus, catch hold of your teachers, look at them. They'll give you everything that you need. The only thing is, you need to be selfish. You need to be asking for help. Do not hesitate there. Right? एक बार मानना start किया, वो सब कुछ alignment में आ जाएगा. Right?
Yes,
Thank you all of you. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir. Sima ma'am, just conclude the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir, very much.
for your valuable time and such wonderful session. Our
Thank you,
children
ma'am.
must have been benefited by it. So please come again, sir, and have such type of session again and again for the children, sir. And
It's an
thank you
absolute
so
pleasure,
much.
ma'am.
Thank you so much for your valuable time, sir. Thank you, Ghosh sir, Anupma,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you, children, for
Yes.
listening patiently
Santosh sir,
till the
thank
end
you.
of the session.
Thank you. It is
Thank
a
you,
very informative and very useful session. And I think